Amarohi, Amarohi. I hear the voices singing. Speed your journey, boys, boys, Bach. One nation, singing with one voice. A song of hope, a song of courage, a victory song that floats through the valleys like a red mist, rolls over the mountaintops like crimson thunder. A red storm is coming to the gates of Qatar. It crackles with the spirit of 58 and Jimmy Murphy's boys. It turns the pages of the history books and finds Rob's page, waiting, still to be written. What would you write in there, boys? Dare you write your names on that page? We haven't waited 64 years and come halfway around the world to be troubled by a neighbor from back home. When the English come knocking on our door, let's give them some sugar, boys. Let's give them some Welsh sugar. They've always said we're too small, we're too slow, we're too weak, too full of fear. But Amar Ohid, you sons of speed, as they fall around us, we are still here!
Welcome, horrible people, to the Horrorble Opinions Podcast. As always, I'm your horrible host, Kenny, here asking you, who would Mother Nature choose? Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Did Discord not pick up my little vampire laugh?
They got the start of it.
But you know what I did.
Yeah, I know what you did.
Ryan
summer.
doesn't know.
I don't know. What are you doing?
Okay, he's got a YouTube, Michael Sheen,
Don't spoil
Twilight
it
laugh.
for me. You'll get there when we do our Twilight coverage. But for the purposes of my intro, Michael Sheen is a werewolf.
Right. For my intro, he's a vampire.
Right.
I watched Dan Stevens burn down an island in this movie, and now California's on fire. Coincidence?
Yes.
Probably. I don't think Wales is that close to California.
How do you know where we are?
I don't know. Maps are weird. Apparently, they're not as big as they look. Things on there. I was lied to.
I would say things are bigger because if you look at a thing on a map, it's like this big, right? But like things are bigger than that.
It takes me this long to go from here to here, and I'm in New York City, baby. I'm away from them fires. 2 inches.
What did we watch?
What did we watch?
When did we watch it?
Because we've had discussions about this movie over the course of multiple seasons.
Have we?
One of us can never seem to get the title correct, despite the fact he likes this movie.
We watched Apostle.
Apostle, 2018's
2018's
Apostle.
Netflix's Apostle.
Gareth Evans Apostle.
Evans.
And this fits right in with the Raid movies.
It's a sequel. Prequel.
It's definitely a sequel to the
Prequel.
Raid movies.
Is that because like the Raid movies are a gauntlet to get through in the movie, and this movie also feels like a gauntlet to watch?
I mean, if you can't handle getting greatness shoved upon your face
Ryan,
over and over again, then sure.
For 2 hours?
Sure, it's an Apostle.
If you can't handle Gareth at his worst, Ryan, you don't deserve him at his best, okay?
What is Gareth at his worst?
This movie. I don't know. What else has he made?
No.
The Raid
I mean,
movies?
this is the worst thing he's made, but that's not really saying anything.
I can't say that because I haven't watched his shorts.
All right, I'll rank Gareth stuff. Ready?
They've got little
Rantau.
Snoopy dogs on.
Rantau, that's number 1. The Raid
Okay.
2, that's number 2.
Okay.
I haven't finished Gangs of London, but that's number 3. Wait,
Okay.
I feel like we're at 4 things.
Wait,
I'm
a
not
movie
good with
you haven't
numbers.
finished
Well,
is already above this one?
It's a TV
show?
series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he'd had a segment in VHS
The
2.
VHS 2 segment is very good.
He had a short called Previs Action.
That's like 2-minute thing. That's nothing.
Yeah, but his first feature thing before Marentow was something called Footsteps.
I ain't seen that, and I ain't gonna.
Never seen it. Don't need to. It's the lowest ranked thing. 4. I felt like he'd done more things.
It's just that the things that he has done are so like influential.
Good. And how weird is it that,
Ryan's shaking his head at influential.
You say influential. I watched this movie. What did this movie influence?
Well, not this one.
my enjoyment.
Okay, it also influenced my enjoyment as well.
We should do a synopsis.
Why?
You should, yes.
Why?
But good Good luck doing a synopsis and not explaining the whole movie because it's like, there's not a whole lot of dialogue.
Hold on.
It's just...
Let's find out which movie Daniel will do a synopsis for. Go. Let's go. Let's do it. Little sheep, little goat on the boat that gets thrown off into the river. Go.
Dan Stevens goes to an island to rescue his sister who was kidnapped by cultists who worship some sort of a forest goddess or some bullshit. I don't fucking know.
Okay, that's one.
Island of cultists.
Next one.
That's it. What do you mean? No, that's it. That's the synopsis. That's what he does.
No, it's not what he does. And there's a goddamn little island deity thing.
That's what I covered that.
He covered it. It's a synopsis, Ryan.
It's not a summary. How many times do we have to tell you, Ryan?
Jeez. You know what? Season 3, more of the same. Ryan's bullshit.
We didn't
Get him
start
out
the
of here.
Fire.
No, he did.
He did.
But she wanted it. She's burning for it.
She's tired
Yearning
of this
for
life.
She was pretty
tired,
dry.
Grandpa.
What?
She was dry.
This is what happened
used her up.
before Captain Planet. Like,
Is that what you
Gaia's
think?
first crew fucked up. Okay? Goddamn.
I
All
think
right? She's like, let me try the Welsh. Well, these guys seem all right.
she's got maybe if he had gotten to do his feeder baby plan, maybe she would have been better.
No, she didn't want to be held captive there getting force fed. That was the problem. They
She
tried
wants to
to
hunt?
contain. They tried to contain and control and harvest Mother Earth. And Mother Earth ain't about that. She's like, if you're cool with me, I'll be cool with you. But don't try to make me cool with you. That's rape. That's what that is.
I mean,
that ain't right.
The island was fine when they got there. And
No. Oh, when they got there originally.
when they got there.
Yeah.
When the original three,
yeah.
when the three wise men got there. Okay.
Sure.
I guess I could have come up with some kind of actual analysis, but nah, this movie's not worth it. This movie is it's a
good time.
It's a 2 hours of confusion, loose plot threads, dead ends, and a main character who, if he had not been there, the movie plays out the same way.
I don't think that's true.
Really?
Doesn't get burned down. No, the ending doesn't happen.
No. So the crops are not going to grow because they're not getting their money.
There's still the coup.
There's still
a coup.
The coup still happens. That boy, the crazy father, finds out his daughter's knocked up. He still has that reaction. Yeah. The only thing that might not happen is the forest burning down. We don't know.
Yeah, that's a big difference in ending there is. Yeah, but
the father
everything
else
stays in charge and he continues to bleed the earth dry.
Maybe instead, maybe Holy Father dude kills him because he doesn't die from that shotgun blast.
That's true, but Holy Father also isn't quite figuring out what to do there. They're both bleeding the earth dry there with different intentions. None of them's doing it right. Either way, the island is doomed because he comes there because the beast comes there.
And he brings song and dance with him.
I was going to ask, and what does the beast bring?
Earth is reborn.
Well, he brought his tea kettle and his cups and his fine china.
Why is the Earth reborn?
Because it has been freed and it has now had a pure sacrifice for the earth there. Like, that blood is not tainted by the greed of man. We'll say that.
It is tainted by opium, though.
It is tainted
but
by
that's
hell.
what makes it tasty.
Opium is of the earth.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
She's
getting
what
more does Mother
getting
Earth
the highest
like to do?
Right
she
now.
likes to trip balls. That's right. So she's all into it.
Look,
that's what
Thomas went to China, got a sick branding, and got some fucking opium.
He got a tattoo of China.
I've never seen anyone come back from China not fucked up. He's thinking with his busted lip, because I know surprise martial arts broke out, and he just didn't want to tell us.
It was just me and like a coat rack.
It was a surprise, goddammit.
Coat rack made the first move.
Oh, God. This movie. So, yes, and this is going to be a tough one to go blow by blow because it's just kind of one of those movies. So I'm not even going to really attempt it
nothing
too
happens.
much.
Instead, we're going to talk about Dan Stevens and The Guest.
Okay.
Dan Stevens, pivot. We're going to talk about Dan Stevens again in Abigail, where he was a vampire.
Instead, we're going to talk about when Michael Sheen was a vampire.
Oh, my God. Michael Sheen, that's an angel of a man.
I like him a lot.
A lot. Did you ever listen to his rally cry for the Welsh football team?
No.
Came out like a year or so ago. Oh my God, they put him on the spot on like some football broadcast to do some sort of speech to inspire the Welsh club. Oh, my tears in my eyes. I felt Welsh that day.
And then they lost.
They probably did. I don't know. I don't watch that kind of football. I am American, so
I only
best they get out of me-
watch Wrexham, you know?
damn near killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Thomas, we're gonna try to call him by his character name, or we're just gonna say Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens.
So Dan Stevens, thought to be dead, pretty much dead by his father's standards, finds out his sister's been kidnapped for ransom because I guess his family had money. He shows up, kind of an opioid addicted fucking vagrant, and his father's just completely gone because, well, he's disowned his son and now his daughter's gone. I guess that's the reason he's lost his mind.
I thought he was just old.
I mean, I don't know. Do you feel your mind slipping, Ryan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby. Every day the ground gets a little slippier.
Every season we get one
Slipler.
year closer to Ryan being a hobo with a shotgun.
Oh.
That's not so bad.
That's not saying it could be
A
worse.
lot of people don't have shotguns.
A lot of people, yeah, you can't afford a shotgun. You can't just get a shotgun anywhere.
Well,
That's not
You can
true.
if you
We live in
think if it's
America.
really a broom, but you don't know.
Fair. So look,
does that happen in Hobo with a
Dan-
shotgun? Does he not have a
lot.
shotgun? Does he have a broom?
He has a broom the whole
I haven't
time,
s-
Daniel.
I haven't seen it.
Whole
I don't
time.
know.
and he's not a hobo. He's in a homeless.
Well, I know he's not a
he's in an old
hobo.
folks
He's
home.
an actor.
He also
He's
chooses
in an old folks
class
home.
for a bum fight to get the money to buy. But you see, he wants to do gardening and like trimming yards. So there's this beautiful mower he's thinking of getting, but then he sees like the chaos all around him, and he's like, "Well, how much for the shotgun?"
Hmm.
I'm gonna do me some killing.
That's a movie.
So we find out
We find out.
that Dan Stevens is a man with a particular set of skills that makes him very dangerous to an island like you.
Yeah, because he was in that military program in The Guest.
Yeah, exactly.
So what?
Ryan, you trying to figure out why he had these skills?
Because he's a missionary.
And he learned kung fu in China.
No, he did not, you
And-
bastard.
And I'm pretty sure he's also a wizard.
A wizard, you say?
Why is he a
You
wizard?
can't tell me that's not the train and bridge to fucking Hogwarts. Okay? Nothing anywhere says it is, but I'm telling you it is.
Oh my god, I'm starting a petition to get Dan Stevens and whatever bullshit Harry Potter thing gets made next.
He's the new Harry Potter. Like Dan Stevens there is 12-year-old Harry Potter.
Oh, I thought they were
Ready
just
to
going to have
kick-
Daniel Radcliffe again.
What?
No, he would never.
Why?
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be funny.
I'm
Look, they're
out.
doing a TV show now, Ryan.
I don't care.
Don't stress it out.
I won't.
You shouldn't, because it's going to be ass. It's going to be absolute ass. Unlike this movie. Now, just so you know, something,
Which?
the power of resurrection, something.
What? What are you saying?
There was a quote above the fireplace. I tried to remember it, but I didn't write it down.
Oh, because at some point he is going to be resurrected as the little island deity, because he is the actual apostle to this deity, and he is rewarded with eternal life afterwards.
Yeah.
It makes
but
no
I mean,
sense, because there's no no. He just showed up to this island, and he happened to smell good to the forest witch. She's like, "I like you. You smell. You don't smell like them. Them?
Well,
Nah.
it's the opium.
You
Again,
take what you can
yes.
get, Ryan.
She's like, I touch you, and ooh, I smell colors.
Here it is. The power of his
sleepy.
resurrection lies in the touch of his sufferings.
There's a whole bunch of
What
suffering.
does that mean, Ryan? It's a fairy tale, Ryan. What does
yeah,
that
Ryan,
mean?
it's a
This-
fairy tale.
This ain't no fairy tale. I don't. This is a Swiss cheese sandwich.
I think the problem
there's many.
is that this is coming off all the martial arts stuff where you do stuff because it looks cool. And so we're getting a lot of
Visually,
stuff done
looks
because it
good.
looks cool. And then
I
we have
mean,
to,
this movie's a fucking
we have to
vibe.
somehow tie it in.
But
There's a lot going
those are-
on.
Those people that keep asking for like a Silent Hill movie, like another one or what, like this is it.
I mean, it's really just the one little guard guy who's kind of Silent Hill-ish.
No, I'm not even. I mean, he
with
is,
his,
but I mean,
with his
you're
fucking
talking
clicker
the-
noises. I'm on to you.
You know, this movie almost plays out like a prequel or retelling of like Resident Evil Village. Like Dan Stevens is Ethan Winters here.
Okay, so you bring up Silent Hill, and then you switch it
I'm-
to Resident
I'm bringing up
Evil.
these games because that's the vibe.
Resident
they're
Evil.
doing.
I'm getting some real Clock Tower vibes from this, guys.
I mean,
we
100%.
can continue naming better things.
I'm
I
getting
mean, Other good
that
things.
dude was
Eh,
some
no,
straight
no.
nightmare creatures bullshit. You
Oh
know?
no, you ruined it, Daniel. Now you ruined
Oh
it.
shit!
I do like Nightmare Creatures.
I don't know why you just brought that up, because I have been listening to the Nightmare Creatures soundtrack not 2
Really?
days ago. Yeah, I found it, and I'm like, oh right, this is garbage. This is hot garbage. But I don't know why I want to re-listen to it.
I'll
but
listen
it's so
to
good.
it. I'll sit there and listen to it.
But you can also hear the was it Aleister Crowley? Is that who the villain was? You can hear him doing his little voiceovers too, and they're nice and good.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't understand how you didn't get amped up when that creepy looking dude, and I shouldn't say that because that's just his face. I don't think they did anything to it. Like, Dan Stevens catches that little sheep, and it's like, oh, I got you, baby sheep. And that guy's like, what? No, grabs a sheep and yeets it right off the fucking boat. How did you not get, like, amped up? Like, oh, whoa, why'd you yeet that little sheep?
It was meant to be.
Like,
I was.
It was meant to be. It's like, no, motherfucker. If it was meant to be, I would have missed the catch and it would have rolled off the boat. Like, I done stopped it. That's not how that works.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, okay, now if I grab you and I yeet you off the boat, I go, it's meant to be. I steal that lady's sandwich that I know she has in her pocket.
That's different because now it's me.
That was you. That wasn't the boat moving up. So here's the first part where I'm confused because I'm like, oh, okay, I get this. So this is going to have something to do with the water, something to do with the sea. It's
maybe you just have to watch it 5 times like me.
I guess.
It's probably my 4th or 5th
Although
time.
this time I was actually more confused. This was my most confused time.
I think that's probably
because you paid attention.
Least confused this time.
Yeah, I don't think I ever caught on that he wanted that at the end the guy wanted to keep the 2 ladies and then
for like a baby
factory?
A baby
factory and then just sacrifice the
little
babies.
Maidens.
The
Handmaiden's Tale
past me
prequel.
the 4 other times. Yeah.
See, that guy just wanted power, wanted to have his own little cult. Like for him just being in charge and enjoying all that. You know, it should have been me. The other guy,
and in that
he
scene,
wanted it for the good of the people.
Dan Stevens' sister, he's like doing all the exposition and she has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And you can see it on her face.
She's like,
well,
wait,
you know,
what
she's a
movie am I
transplant.
in?
What's going on here?
Why am I in this movie? Or better yet,
Dan here, he's a shifty bastard.
How is he shifty? He's just got like, I mean, he's a drug addict, but that's it.
He's a drug addict, but he's still sharp. Imagine if he hadn't been on all the drugs. You know, he goes to get on the boat, notices that his ticket's the only one that has this little red dot, gets himself in a situation to switch tickets. And I kind of felt bad for whoever got the wrong ticket, but then it ended up being that creeper that yeeted the sheep. Well, I'll just call him Yeeter. Yeeter got.
Yeeter good.
And I didn't feel bad at all.
Have they?
Because, I mean...
Have they cast the new James Bond?
Dan Stevens.
No, Daniel was going with the Yeeter guy.
Yeah, the Yeeter guy.
He was a Yeeter guy. He said, kill you later, guy.
Who are you? Guy.
Yeeter
guy.
Yeeter guy.
Yeeter guy.
I'll take my martini with a lamb in it. Thank you.
A whole ass lamb.
And then I'll chuck it out of the glass onto the floor.
That was meant to
and
be.
then I'll drink it. It's meant to be. There's shit on the bathroom floor. Sorry. It was meant to be.
Meant to be.
It was meant to be. Be real here.
If it wasn't meant to be, it wouldn't happen, you know?
Wouldn't have happened. Yeah.
But this is...
so he's
Kenny, this is like spy level shit.
Yeah.
But like, what is this, like 1905?
What is his background that would give him these skills?
He had to survive China.
He had to infiltrate China.
I don't think you infiltrated. I think they just walked in.
No, he just showed up. He
probably had to exfiltrate, though.
Yeah, the exfiltrate is, yeah.
Well, no,
is that even a word?
You save one
right
to send him back to say, don't do this again.
Like I said, he had to survive after all that. Not just China, but then he had to go be a drug addict. Oh, I guess he didn't have to be a drug addict. He wanted to be a drug addict.
He could have been a drug addict in China.
I gotta tell you, that doesn't pay well. And somehow he still survived. And, you know, look damn good doing it.
Not the guest level good, but, you know, better than...
Oh, don't kid yourself, you know?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Better than Beast.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to turn out that the kidnapped sister was just a ruse, and that sister had really fully converted and was just trying, and we could say hated her dad, and was trying to get him to come over to the island, bring the money, and that she was going to do the switcheroo of, thanks for the money, Dad. I wasn't really kidnapped. By the way, we're going to sacrifice you.
Yeah.
That would have been better, but also...
That's more predictable a little bit.
It would have also added more...
No, Daniel,
to this movie where things are already happening.
Why do we keep shifting character perspective? I don't think that's an effective way for this story. There are many characters, but why do I have to go on journeys with all of them?
Because many of them have importance.
No,
stories?
and
I don't think they do.
None of them are fully realized. I mean, we start with We start with Thomas. We start with my friend Dan. Okay, but then we're gonna switch. We're gonna go to this like redheaded girl.
Time out.
What?
I want a T-shirt with a picture of Dan Stevens on it, and it just says "My friend Dan."
But which version of Dan do you want on that shirt?
Well, we can have multiple. We can have a lot of them.
All of them. Maybe it has just like a collage.
Oh, so like a Nicolas Cage emotion collage. We're gonna do it with Dan Stevens.
Yeah, I'd wear
How
that.
cagey are you feeling?
We're
gonna do it.
I'm wearing the guest
one.
one.
Get one that's a wife beater.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Just,
carry on.
We follow that girl, and then we see. Okay, so she's shacking up with the boy. But then later we're gonna switch perspectives. We're gonna go up to the preacher man. Oh, he's up into some shenanigans. And then, oh, look, there's a forest witch, and she's walking around. And I'm like, oh,
so what you're saying is you want your movies to just follow the one character.
If you're
and so if he's not there, you don't want to see.
I think it should have been
on.
him and the daughter.
Him and the daughter. I think this movie is too long, and so we need to cut some stuff.
We could have trimmed some fat, sure.
Or we needed to like what is the main focus of this movie?
Dan Stevens.
If it's Dan Stevens, then we need to.
I didn't say that.
We need to trim some of the go into the barn by the preacher man. We shouldn't see
Dan
that.
Stevens and Michael Sheen. We needed more Michael Sheen.
Well,
I mean, obviously more Michael Sheen. He's so good. If you want to argue that we should have stayed more with Dan Stevens' perspective to try to unravel what's going on in the island just from his side, sure, I can see that working in another fun way, because when we go off on the tangents with some of the characters already on the island, we're kind of seeing stuff.
It's almost like
that we could have unraveled with Dan.
Would have worked better if this had been like a mini series.
Yes,
but then it would be longer.
But each one would have been like an hour. But
then you could have made these characters more characters because they would have had more time. So then you're not kind of stuck in this gray zone where it's like, we got all these people and we can give each of them 5 minutes.
The turn of that crazy guy
movie
who kills his daughter is like out of fucking nowhere.
I don't think it's out of nowhere.
It's not out of nowhere.
Oh, he's playing with... we've seen him kill a guy. I mean, I can...
just look at him.
They explain it...
No. I mean,
I guess somewhat out of order. Once you get to the end of the movie, you realize it's not completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. He says, oh, you're going to have a mongoloid bastard. You're going to have...
That's not entirely why he killed her. I mean...
Why? Then why did he not... Why?
Because she didn't
control.
Listen. Yeah, it's all control with him.
The patriarchy, Ryan.
But I mean, he wasn't wrong that the baby was going to be some sort of freaky baby.
Why would it be a freaky baby?
Because that's the point of showing, like, the sheep's birth. Like, there's no births going correctly. Nothing is living, like, nothing is growing or living there properly.
They were going to leave.
That doesn't matter. The seed took hold there in the island. As far as he knows, that's
he can't leave. He needs, I don't know, someone to make him breakfast because he can't do it himself. He's that kind of guy.
Breckers?
Hey.
Breckers?
If she had brought him Breckers,
whole thing would have been avoided.
I love me some Breckers.
We didn't really see it. I'm just like, okay, that happened. Oh, we're drilling into a guy's head? Okay, that's happening.
That was fun.
Okay, I guess you're Darth Vader now.
Fun.
All right.
What?
Someone's got to be.
What?
I remember when Darth Vader did that. Do you remember that?
I remember how brutal. I meant Garth Vader. His
Garth Vader,
his second cousin once removed.
Oh, I remember when Garth Vader did that.
Like, you've heard of the dark side, but have you heard of, like, the dark side?
Speaking of dark, Daniel, can you see Kenny? Because he is...
No, just a face.
No, he's not even just a face. All I see is the glow of his microphone. Don't get closer to the microphone. That's going to kill our levels.
Why is your light not on, dog? Yell at me for being in the dark. Make fun of me for being in the dark. My light's never on.
The sun comes up of it. I can turn the light on the camera.
There you go.
There you go. Now I see you.
What? It's a dark movie. It plays on the other monitor.
What's wobbling?
Am I wobbling?
Something's wobbling. The whole thing's wobbling. Earthquake.
That's because I touched the light on the camera, so it's shaky.
Oh.
Is this light too white? Is that better? Do you like that warmer one?
This light's not too white. This movie, though.
It's Wales.
It's Wales.
In the 1900s.
I'm assuming he's saying there's 20th
century. I don't know. When is...
There's no color in I feel like early 1900s.
1905 is what Wikipedia is telling me.
Yeah, I think I said that earlier. I feel
you could have told me it was 2002. I would have believed it.
That would have been a nice village surprise, right? Run out of there. There's motorboats and
people jet skiing.
Jet skiing.
Okay, so the cult leader Malcolm, did he make his own Bible?
I mean,
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Just ask us.
That's a lot of work when you think about it.
I am thinking about it. And how did they print it?
Well, that's what you need the money. You take your money, you go back over to the real world, and you get that done there.
Yeah, they were clearly going back and forth. They had boats.
Boats, right?
But they don't have money for whatever the hell they're trying to do. Why do they need money?
You think this is the first kidnapping they've done for money?
Yes.
Right. You think
because they're not good at it?
You think they just had an accordion lying around, Ryan?
I'm sorry, an accordion?
Yeah.
Go on.
There's an accordion?
There's an accordion in the bar scene.
Oh, that's weird. That's Weird Al's cameo accidentally got cut out, so.
He was the guest on this island.
Yeah, he was the guest.
No, he's there. He's actually
just throw some grenades down the aisle.
The faceless blood slave to the Forest Witch.
Oh.
That'd be a good cameo.
When we get to that, I'm going to have some questions if we ever get there. I might not let us.
Question. Okay, look, this is what we got.
Okay.
Sheep Man, Yeeter, Mr. Yeeter. I'm sorry, Mr. Yeeter was his father's name. He's off getting the shit beat out of him. Michael Sheen's like, dude, that ain't the guy. That's Mr. Yeeter. You guys done beat the crap out of him?
Everybody knows Mr. Yeeter.
It's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Yeeter. I promised you a life without taxes and stress and shit like that.
Is that the whole point of this place?
Yeah,
it's not like religious freedom or anything, and they just don't want to pay taxes.
I'm pretty sure, like, weren't the Welsh trying to get away from someone? Probably the English.
I don't blame them.
Right? Everyone is. And it's like, look, man, I'm sorry, dog. You're supposed to come here. You're a devout believer. You're over there, like, all happy and stuff while you're still getting beaten. Like, look at me. Michael Sheen's here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, sorry, dude. Done fucked it up. Can't let you live now, because you're going to be like, hey, man, I got here. They beat the shit out of me. I'm still cool, though. But other people might be like, they what now? And so I slit his throat, man. Sorry, Mr. Yeeter. You know, you're dead.
Sorry, Mr. Yeeter.
Dan Stevens.
I am for real.
Oh, for real. Dan Stevens, he don't care. It's like he yeeted my favorite sheep. I'd never held a sheep before. And I did, and I loved it. And
it was fluffy.
Gone. Yeah. So he's dead. Dan's really getting confused. He sat in a church session. He's like, man, this is weird. And those two kids are boning down on that boat. That's going to be important.
That's how you get splinters.
Well, I guess it's better
Master
than
Splinter?
doing it like in like a...
Yeah, the baby that she would have given birth to would have been Master Splinter.
This is true.
Oh.
Now, Dan arrived on this island with a bunch of other people. They're all somehow got onto the church. So obviously they have their own sort of missionaries out there on the mainland. Dan's out exploring the town at night, gathering intel. It's a sneak mission. If he gets caught, he'll have to restart the mission.
Well, he's smoking to keep himself warm, but yeah.
You gotta do it. He's peeking through windows. He sees the mother and daughter who came in with him, and the mother's in there taking a knife straight to the crook of her elbow.
Now,
and
that woman had a talking role with him on the boat. And then after this scene, I don't remember seeing her ever again.
Yeah, they're just quiet at that point. They're background people. They've blended in with the rest of the village. They're no longer an individual.
So this person we introduced and gave lines and is actually in town, we're gonna not use anymore.
Well, they have used her in a sense that she was an individual who had a purpose, and now all of a sudden, because she's part of this community, she's gone. She might as well be dead. That's the point there.
Uh-huh.
That's
sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Praise
you don't like
be
fairy
to
tales.
Bob.
You just say so.
I'm with you.
Sounds like he doesn't like fairy tales.
Sounds like he doesn't like fairy tales. But the daughter is over there in the corner watching mom bleed into this jar. Because when they first got there, they all got a jar, and what was that, a sponge?
Jar and a sponge. And I'm like, why did they give him a piss jar?
Yeah, right? I like to bathe in it.
What kinky shit is happening here?
Yeah,
Go on.
The girl's over in the corner.
Baby.
The mom's like, come here, child. Let's do your thing. Little girl's like, I ain't peeing in no jar for some stranger to get his rocks off on. I'm with Mr. Yeeter.
You know what you do? You pee in that jar and then you yeet it.
And then you yeet it. I'd shit in the jar. And try to pour that over your face.
What if you did that, then you put the lid on it, and then you just left it for years?
You left it underneath underneath their seat in their car?
For years.
Years.
What would happen?
Lots of stuff, honestly. I mean, nature's a wonder.
But no, it's an enclosed jar.
It'd be a beautiful little biosphere, and life would grow in there.
How?
It'd be great. You would be their god.
How would it grow?
Because they wouldn't need oxygen. Life finds a way.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then you shake it and you kill it all.
Like a snow globe. Except
Like a
it's
snow globe.
poo.
Now, Dan's out here doing his exploring, and then he sees a little fucker boy, and he's like, oh man, you was out here dicking down, weren't you? Well, gonna use that to my advantage later. And then we get Dan walking down a long hallway, and the creepy old lady, which I think is the first time he sees her.
Didn't we already?
Well, I don't even know if he necessarily sees her.
Didn't we saw?
She walked by the window of the church.
She walked by the window of the church, but did she really? Or is that just a projection?
It's all a vision projection of her, but when does he
okay
first see her?
He first sees her in the water, in the red, in the body part water canal.
Yeah,
that's when
yeah.
he first sees her.
Oh, that's the first time he actually sees her?
Now, how he sees her there, I don't know. Also, why is she slurping up blood out of the floorboards? She's not really there. What?
For that shock factor. You know how she...
I think she's allowed to wander.
She's allowed.
Not in physical form.
Not physical. She can force project.
Yeah.
Forest witch
Dan,
once.
if I recall,
red drop drink. She's allowed, Daniel. It'll calm her
Dan
down.
goes out there, he steals someone else's blood and puts it in his jar.
He still cuts
I ain't
himself.
doing that shit.
Still cuts himself.
Then he gets it. Well, it's on that key.
A key comes pre-cut with a little blade knife, I guess, so you can just like open yourself up for the bloodletting.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like he should have done just
there,
like an hour of research on what this cult was about, and maybe he would have fit in better.
He did all right. He got lucky when that one guy tried to assassinate the dude.
Oh,
Michael Sheen.
Yeah, they're like, okay, everyone come here. You come here. New people come here. We knows ones of you was outside. We know ones of yous was outside after curfew. Okay, even though you came here for a whole bunch of freedom to be out from under the boot of the man, I still gotta go to bed by 9, and I can't do it if you're loud. Okay.
we have a noise ordinance for a reason.
Okay,
that's what they were escaping from.
You're
you know
disturbing
how
the
loud
neighbors.
Britain is so loud.
Loud as fuck.
And I can't hear you
hooligans?
crunch, crunch, crunch on the gravel.
It's actually what I'm hearing
Out
right
there.
now as a car drives away.
Two-stepping. Is it driving away or is it driving rapidly towards you? This is important.
This is very important, Daniel. Yes. Do you want to just double check? Because maybe they've already hit and you don't know.
Oh, don't worry. You'll know.
Now, I love that Dan takes a moment here, draws himself a map, baby. He's starting to pinpoint locations on the map.
Now,
People
I
over
prefer
here.
when
It's
the
game map.
when the
It is
game
very
draws
good
the map for you. I don't want to do it myself.
I mean, we can just...
See, that's not realistic. You have to draw your own maps.
I
Daniel.
didn't pay $60 for me to draw the map. I wanted...
I mean, it's not even $60 anymore. It's $70.
What?
Honestly, the map should have already been in the Bible.
Video games are $70 now, Ryan.
They are occasionally $70, Ryan.
What games are you buying for $70?
I think
Any of
only Metaphor was $70.
New full release games for like consoles and stuff
And you know
are
what?
like
If I'm-
$70.
Why
I'm
are
the
you
guys
doing that?
if I make GTA, I'm saying charge 80.
No, man, you just... You can play Nightmare Creatures. Why do you gotta go play that?
Or Nightmare Creatures 2.
I never got a chance to play that one.
I'm betting no one did.
I had it, I owned it, and then someone stole it.
They did you a favor, probably.
Probably.
No, I liked it. I wanted to beat it. I'll go back and play it one day.
No, you won't.
One day.
Like a liar.
I'll download it on the deck right now.
When you're a man of leisure.
Yeah, one day I will be. Maybe.
All I'm saying is the church should have drawn the map for him. I'm with Daniel.
It should have
they
been in
have
every
given
Bible.
them out.
I need to know where everyone in this village lives.
Then there
and I
should have
need
been
the
little
map
dots where people
track
were
where
moving.
they are.
Yeah. So if you wanted to talk to one of them, you want to talk to the shopkeep, you know exactly where he is.
Right, or like if you want to go romance the girl who eats rocks,
And it could show
you know where she is.
the number of hearts to signify how close you are.
Yeah, and like I don't care if I have to modify my Bible to get that. Like I'll do it.
Do you think one of the cows came out, I don't know, busty?
What was the cow's name? Do you think it was
It was
Bessie?
probably Bessie.
Ah, I bet they had a mod for that. Last night I'd like to know. Why you were outside. I was having a smoke. What were you doing, son? Were you having a poke?
I was taking a shit.
Oh,
In that girl?
you can make babies that
Yes.
way, you know. Look, I'm a minister. I've gone out and seen the world. That's how babies are made.
I've seen it happen.
You were holding hands, weren't you?
Oh my
Disgusting.
Oh my God.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
God. You got to
Tell
wear
you.
gloves.
You're going to go to one of the 9 hells.
So-
Pai Mei's waiting for you.
Hi, May. Like I said, better lucky than good. Because, again, Dan was about to get outed because he didn't know the prayer. That guy tried to assassinate the Michael Sheen. Dan gets in the way. He catches some blades. He gets saved. Michael Sheen's like, any man that bleeds for this village, the village bleeds for you. And Michael Sheen cuts his hand and puts it on Dan's hands. And Dan's like, great, now I have AIDS. And now Michael Sheen's going to be high from opium. Because that's pretty much all my blood is. So
That's true.
Here we go. And he's like, also, now we're both half vampire, half werewolf.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
maybe
Half
Michael
vampire,
Sheen might be
half werewolf,
2/3
half
vampire.
No, that's too many. That would be too many halves, right?
That's too many. That's too many halves. Yeah, exactly. So like we're bonded now. And Dan's
blood
on
bonded.
the table bleeding out, and he's like, you know what?
What?
This worked out pretty freaking good. God is on my side. God is good, brother. God. And he's like, oh, wait, no, I hate that guy. That guy left me in China. Never found a man who didn't hate God in China. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
All these people so casually throw bleeding people on their tables.
Well, back then, like that's how you get that nice dark red stain on your wood. Like, you don't waste that.
Oh, yeah. Plus, as an actor, how fun is it to like just knock props right off a table and then like throw someone's body on there? I bet that's hella fun. I mean, don't you want to do it?
Oh, for sure.
You want to do it.
Kinda.
I got a lazy Susan in front of me. I want to knock everything off it right now.
Oh, keep your hands off of Susan.
That is rude.
And then
if she tried her best.
If I do my turtle,
it's like her day off. Don't
I
call
could
her
get Christine
lazy.
to push it, and I could just kind of go around like I'm on one of those.
Don't push a turtle.
Oh,
why would you do that?
What's wrong with you?
I did watch that video where that guy picked up his child in the full snowsuit and used them to brush the snow off their car.
I think that was a doll.
No, that was a kid. Did you see the video?
I saw the video. I don't think it's a kid.
You don't think I wouldn't 100% do that with one of my children?
The way the kid doesn't move at all.
yeah.
Because he knows his assignments.
No,
Daniel.
I mean he doesn't not.
That's because he's been
He ain't
frozen,
breathing.
Daniel.
It's cold, Daniel.
I think it is a doll for a joke. What I think.
Look, you keep this up, and I'm gonna take your sister. I'm gonna throw her out in chains in the middle of the village.
Go for it. I don't
Flush
care.
you out. Yeah,
I'm gonna cut her
I'm
hair.
gonna do it.
Huh? You like that?
That doesn't
Yeah.
bother me at all.
It's because I'm getting her ready
I'm gonna
for
put on a really
I don't know.
cool preacher hat.
There's some Death Eaters in this place, guys.
We got some horrors in this house, that's for sure.
That too.
Okay, so they're trying to lure out the infiltrator by putting the ransomed sister out there. It's Dan.
Co-conspirator.
I know it's Dan. I don't understand. They don't know it's Dan.
Yeah, I don't know
it's
how
Dan.
did
He's
they
the
not watch
most
the start of the movie?
twitchiest one there.
Guess I don't know. Look,
Also,
all I know
I mean,
is we're about to have some sort of party,
I like
and
parties.
Dan is in a hallway,
Yeah.
and this kid walks in there with a mask, and it's kind of creepy all the way down there, and then Dan gets him with the old finger guns.
Yeah,
Were
he
finger,
finger blasted
were
that
finger
kid.
guns a thing in 1905?
He
Oh,
just
100%.
invented them just then.
Whoa. Pioneer.
They had to you can't tell me kids in the old West weren't finger gunning each other.
No, they
Finger
used
blasting
real
each other?
guns.
Yeah.
If they could.
When would in 1905 was the Wild West happening?
Yeah,
Was America
I believe
around?
so.
I'm pretty sure America was around.
Was Ben Franklin president yet?
Like Red Dead Redemption takes place in like 1904 or 1903. So
Yeah, like it's still wild.
What was
shit.
Europe like when the Old West was happening? I can never picture those two things
now
happening
that's a good
simultaneous.
question.
When the Wild West exists, Europe does not.
That
Wait,
might
it
be
just
true.
stop-
I don't
wait,
know.
It blinks out of existence or what?
Are there like knights and castles still going on over there?
I don't know.
Because this movie is 1905.
Sherlock
you see
Holmes
what's
is happening.
Yes,
They're-
Sherlock
they're-
Holmes.
Well,
that's
that cowboy fought Dracula,
The Ripper.
but was that a Wild
That's what's
West
that's what's
cowboy
happening.
that fought Dracula? What's happening?
The Ripper.
Sherlock Holmes and the Ripper.
Oh, what if the Ripper moved to the Wild West?
I mean, I think it happened a little bit before.
I
but
think he would just die. He's
maybe
a
he
city
did
boy.
die in the
Wild.
West. There's a theory he can't. I think they did test DNA and they do think they know who did it now.
Yeah, me.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you're too cute.
I've seen 101 shows with time travel heroes, and almost all of them have Jack the Ripper in it still alive as a good guy now.
What?
Well, he got it out of his
I
system.
feel like
man.
that happened at least 2 shows.
He's not a good guy.
No,
He's
he
I got
bad,
better now.
No, he is, 'cause-
bad man.
It turns out they were all
Is he?
Cylons, and he was preventing the
Oh.
first Cylon war.
He was preventing an epidemic of AIDS.
It wasn't a thing yet.
That's why.
Exactly.
He did it. Oh my god. We need.
That's what I'm
He should have
saying.
been. He should have. Well, why didn't he just? Okay, so he's a time traveler then, yeah.
Well, no, his wife is.
Okay, so why didn't he just come back from the future with the cure?
The Cure was just killing prostitutes.
That's the Cure.
That was his Cure.
The Cure was still releasing songs, Daniel.
Not in.
Come. Oh, that's someone else.
Not in Ripper Times.
Wait, is that the Cure? Chameleon?
Karma Chameleon?
Boy George? Is that Cure?
Bird George?
Oh my god.
Is that Bird George?
No.
I can't remember.
Who is Bird George?
Boy George.
I'd like to meet.
It's Boy George.
I'd like to meet this
Do
Bird
you
George.
really wanna hurt me?
Yeah, that's just Boy George.
Do you know Bird George?
Boy George would not have done well in this movie, I don't think. Or maybe.
No.
Maybe it would have been the new...
The Cure,
the new Force
The Cure
Witch.
is,
He would have been the new prophet.
Friday, I'm in love.
What happened?
gee.
What,
Okay.
You're only in love on Friday? What happens on Saturday?
Yeah, Thursday I had Taco Bell.
Thursday, I had Taco Bell. Friday, my life was like hell. Saturday, I got out of the
found
toilet.
shit in the bed.
But Sunday, or is it Monday?
Had Taco Bell again.
Fell out of the
I did it
toilet.
again. I had a mind. Someone altered my memory.
I just ate more Taco Bell.
That's
what I
Threw
do.
in a White Castle. That's a wrap.
Had a Crave case and a 6-pack.
Oh my God. The heartburn
My
alone.
week was shot. Just like Dan's week has, been shot on this island.
Do you think he called into his job to come here?
His opium-filled job? Yeah. His job as a vagrant? Of course.
He made an excuse about
There's a
his dad
vacancy
being
now,
dead.
is what you're saying for Daniel. Yeah, there's an opening.
Yeah,
we got an
yeah.
opening. Why don't you come
Yeah.
on down?
So Dan wants to use the party time as an excuse to go explore more in the town. He meets up with Fuckboy. While this is all going on, our two main leaders of the cult, which are the
This is Quinn and Malcolm.
Now, Frank is the third one, but he seems kind of more
Frank is like
offhanded.
more moral than both of these assholes.
Right. The other two think they each know what's best for everything, and Frank's just like, I don't know, man.
I don't
This
know.
place was kind of all right when
Although,
we got here.
He still didn't have a big enough reaction, in my opinion, to the fact that his son just got a hole drilled into his skull.
Yeah, he was moderately upset.
He was gonna burn the witch, even though she
Burn
didn't do it.
down.
Yeah, but he did not immediately
Shot,
go
shot.
up and shoot Quinn in the head.
Yeah, he should have done that.
That's it. That's your
True.
first move.
Well, the burning of the witch, though, was
Burning
going to
down
end
the
the
witch.
cult thing. It wasn't like attacking the witch. It was what the witch wanted. I wouldn't be surprised if they had another subplot that maybe they cut out where he was also seeing her. Because,
Romantically,
he seems more...
Yeah.
100%.
Frank was seeing the Forest Witch?
I feel like Frank should have been seeing
I
her.
think she was like reaching out to everyone to see, like,
Anyone
hey,
that she thought,
She's like,
free
hey,
me.
you're not dry.
hey, yeah.
I like you.
Now let's see. Dan
you.
gives Fuckboy a knife and says, "Use it on anyone you need to." And then we're all running around. They're chasing people around. Dan ends up underneath. Like, there's holes under every building in this town, and Dan scuttles under there. Now, is Mother Nature the one who made all these holes everywhere?
No, beavers. Well, beavers is Mother
Beavers.
Nature. Yeah.
But some of these, they're built
Angry
up like
beavers.
little mines. Like, they're supported. There's boards and stuff down there. Whatever.
Those are beaver
Dan's
mines.
down there. Dan's in the beaver mines. He's walking over the black blood of the earth.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, and
Not gagging.
Michael Sheen's up above in the house, seeing light shining through the floorboard. He's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna shoot this mofo." I think Frank is the one coming through the tunnel behind him,
So
and
yeah,
Dan
yeah.
Dan hears a horse above him, and hears Michael Sheen like "Fuck you, horse!" And he's like, "Oh shit, that's not just a horse. That's Michael Sheen. He's great. I'd love to meet him, but I bet he's got a gun. So I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go down in this hole with all the blood, and then Michael Sheen's gonna almost shoot Frank." And Dan Stevens is going to be like, this blood sucks. I'm going to be hanging down here. I'm going to get my descent on. And all of a sudden, out of the blood, freaky old crone's going to come out and start angrily crawling at him. Now, if she wants his help, she's going about this the wrong way.
She's
like, I just want to hug you. I don't understand that me being covered in blood right now is off-putting because you're also covered in blood, and I still want to hug you.
Same.
Why don't you want to hug me?
Is that really her, or is that a projection?
It's a projection.
It's a forced projection.
She's in the barn, Ryan.
She
How many
can't
times have I
get
gotta
out of
say-
the barn.
She cannot get out of the barn.
Why-
She's chained in the goddamn barn, Ryan.
I didn't think she was chained. Why? Yeah,
She's not chained.
it looks like she's just like lazy.
Well, she's bind in the
She is
barn.
lazy. She needs
she's
help
just
getting up.
lazy. She needs a little bump.
Don't you wish you could just lay in a
Oh.
barn all day, Ryan?
I mean, that looks kind of comfortable. Yeah, got my little servant
Yeah,
with no face
jeez.
covered in blood. Oh, all right. 2 shots of espresso.
That's how I
please.
like them, juicy.
2 shots.
I think Dan finds the cave drawings at this point, which, lady all bound up, Exodus, blah, blah, blah. And then we cut and we actually really see the old lady all vined in the barn. And Mikey's like, hey, man, like, I've been good to you. Why you cheating on me with Dan? I know he's hot and young, but I'm Michael Sheen. Like, I still got it, baby. And he, like, cuts his hand and, like, drifts his juices into her mouth. Like, look, man, I could starve you if I wanted to, but I kind of need you. So, I wouldn't actually do that. But, here's some blood. Like, take it. Oh, yeah. You gonna take it? Choke on it, bitch. And then Pyramid Head drags in a lady in a sack and hoists her in the air. Turns out that's Dan's sister.
That's the sister. So what's their
we're
plan?
Done dangling her out. We're
just done?
I think they gave up using her.
They're just going to
as bait.
sacrifice her now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dan.
Or maybe they're trying to lure Dan to the shack where the guard will take him out.
Oh, because at this point, they've been into his room and found that...
They found his map.
Yeah, found that the town had generated a map
You don't make map of our village.
No. Now...
They go to FedEx, though. FedEx, Cinco? What was the... Kinko's. FedEx Kinko's.
No, Cinco's, you're right. They don't go to no Cinco's.
Yeah. In 1905, Kinko's still existed, okay? And
that's
they
good.
go and what they do is they make a copy of the map, and they're going to put it in the Bibles, but they know Dan might fight them on who owns the map because he drew it, so now they got to kill him.
It always comes back to money.
Copyright, trademark. So
why does he draw a
haughty daughter?
So he knows where everything is.
But once he knows where everything is,
actually, Ryan, I think it's to show us.
And why doesn't he take that map and do a switcheroo in someone else's room with it if he wants to keep it?
He forgot.
You can't just be into someone else's room.
Oh, he forgot. I mean, that could get them killed. That would be terrible.
Yeah, he probably feels bad about the last guy who got killed.
Oh, Yeeter, man.
Yeet, Mr. Yeet.
Mr. Yeet.
Yeah, Mr. Yeet.
Mr. Yee. Oh, Mr. Yee. Where did you come from?
From your blood.
This is my blood.
So Michael Sheen's haughty daughter finds him in the cave. Apparently she knows about the cave and the drawing. She knows everything. She's like, hey, I brought you some clean clothes because I kind of knew you were soaking in some blood and whatnot. And I'm not going to watch you get changed or anything, but now I will. And like, ooh, what's that sick tat on your back? You got some ink, dog? It's like, oh, yeah, I went to China. I don't recommend it.
Oh, you can go there. Just don't try to
force your religion upon a people.
Yeah.
Since when has that ever been an issue?
Never.
Anywhere in the history of man.
You should go to that island where they ate the people.
Ooh, there you go.
They still do.
Classic. I mean, meat's meat. So we get the flashback to Dan's fun trip in China, and he gets branded with a
he
cross.
didn't do any of the cool things you do in China. He didn't see the wall.
Like, I saw the wall.
Well, in 1905, it wasn't built yet.
Oh, the wall wasn't built
Oh, my God. Do you know, Kenny, do you know, oh, God.
It wasn't built yet?
Parts of it are older. So, naturally, it wasn't all built at the same time, right? But there are parts of the wall where they're like,
it's not
like in Civ where it all gets done in one time.
Right. But they're like, yeah, this part, we're pretty sure who built that. This part, we got no idea. We just found it. It was already there.
And we just added on to it.
Yes.
Someone left the server open and we just built onto it.
It's amazing.
And it was all like people volunteered. Like it was a real good thing. Like we all did this, the good of the country. And then Matt Damon came and protected it.
Protected us from that dragon.
Monsters.
I'm pretty sure from those monsters. Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Is it good?
Oh,
okay. I have
it's
not.
Pedro Pascal.
No, it's
too.
not good.
No, it's not good.
Yeah, it's got Pedro. It's not good, no. It's a classic Great White Savior film, though. And
but it's okay because they made it.
That's so
weird. They made it. It's weird, right? It is such a weird fucking movie. So Dan's trying to tell, I don't remember, what's her name?
Is it Andrea?
Whatever. Is it Andrea? Tries to tell Andrea, like, hey, you realize your dad's not such a good guy, right?
My dad's awesome.
He's a vampire. You know that, right?
My sister didn't voluntarily come here. She was kidnapped, bro.
Yeah, but we need
I would
money.
think that would have been super obvious seeing how they strung her up in the middle of town.
And we're like, I don't remember seeing you.
She brought her soup and a bread and a blanket.
Hey, you give me bread and a blanket, I'm set.
Put the bread in the blanket so it's already pre-crumbed for you. Living your life.
Bread
right
man.
There. Living your dream. So she's going to go take Dan to the crops, this weird little straw hut in the field, show him some science. Like, look at this stuff. See, I put it in this vial, and look how it bubbles. That's not good. We shouldn't eat this.
You see how when I pour acid in this, the plants don't like that?
The plants don't like that.
They didn't used to.
Normal.
They used to like it. That's the thing. They used to like it.
They used to like it.
They used to laugh.
And then we cut to fuck boy and fuck girl. And
guess what, honey?
They're over there like in her house. And guess what? We banged 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Pregnant. I know.
Wouldn't it be unfortunate if she was like lying to him to get him to like marry her, and it turned out she wasn't pregnant, and then she caused this whole stink up just to...
Well, I don't think she's lying to her dad.
I mean, I think
at that point she's lying. She's lying
I'm
to
saying
the whole
wouldn't that have been
town
unfortunate?
because everybody knows.
I think boy here would be okay with it because I mean, for one, there's not a whole lot of options in this village. 2, he's got one of the weakest chins I've seen in a long time, so he's not going to have many suitors anyway.
Everyone knows back in the 1900s.
I don't know how to do ties in the
old Wales.
If it's like
Western Wales,
1780, is that the 1800s?
No, that's 1700s.
You think? Are you sure?
1780.
But it's the 19th century.
Well, that would be. Wait.
Gatekeeping. This is why.
Don't come to us for facts. We don't got them.
Professors, this is just a whole bunch of gatekeeping with numbers and numbers.
You know, not everybody keeps the years the same.
I do know that.
Or even the days or the months.
You would know that, you Chinese son of a bitch.
He's had 5 New Years since we started recording this episode. What do you mean?
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I mean, since we've been doing the show, that'd be accurate.
What?
Oh, fair.
I mean, we get the
5
bullshit
now,
one.
We haven't been.
But then we get a real one.
They get one bullshit one every year, one real one every year. Yeah. Now Quinn, who I think is really only mad at his daughter because he's the one who wants to sleep with her.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you wanted to sleep with him.
Well, he might do that too.
I saw that boy with the weak chin, and I thought he was going to be mine.
I couldn't wait to see my man stubble rub against his weak chin. Oh, man. Inject some of my tea. I'm a high tea guy. I know he's got low tea.
Low tea, for
and I'm trying to give him some of this iced tea, if you know what I'm saying.
It'll rub off. I watched that. There was that one episode of
I
House.
rubbed it off.
You know that episode of House?
Yeah, I watched 1905 House, but it was the Japanese version. It was House.
Ooh.
Ooh. So, okay, he's like confronting his daughter now. He's like, I know what you did. You suck.
He's very calm.
I don't like what you did.
Very calm about it.
And she's like, look,
very understanding.
Daddy.
Good father.
She's like, Papa, don't preach. I know I'm in trouble deep, but I'm keeping my baby.
Plus, it's
and
1905.
Like, no.
What else we doing on this island? I mean, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, like
we eating, we fucking, we sleeping.
There's not one goddamn TV on this island. One guy is so bored. I think it's this guy, the dad. He's rolling a glass back and forth. You know, the only time I've ever done that in my life, no TV.
That's high entertainment for this.
To be fair, though, I'd probably just be walking around following Martin, like just listen to him talk.
Oh yeah. Preach.
Like
actually, I'd be following him around. Like, are you a werewolf? Or are you a vampire? What are you?
What are you? Which is it? I like you as both. You were so cut as a werewolf. Like, people don't give you credit.
Yeah.
Like, everything he's done since then, and then you go back and watch those movies, and it's like, damn, kind of wasted in those movies, really.
Are you talking physically? What are you talking about?
I don't think he got a chance to really flex his acting chops. And you know what? I'll go ahead and say it. Kate Beckinsale was wrong for leaving him. He's a catch.
How do you know he didn't leave her?
Let's look at him. He wouldn't do that to anyone. He's such a nice guy. And not in like the internet nice guy kind of thing, like a genuinely.
He actually does seem like a nice guy.
A nice guy.
Just like that Neil Gaiman, right? A nice guy.
Oh, God. I read that article while I was watching the first part of this movie again last night.
A real nice guy.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I read the previous stuff, too, when that came out like almost a year ago. And that was fun. Whew.
I use butter to cook my shrimp.
So you read it, too.
That is... Allegedly. I allegedly read it.
So she's obviously daddy's mad at daughter now because she's pregnant. He's implying like, yeah, that thing's going to be a freak. You're going to die. It's going to be a mutant. I won't stand for it. And I'm thinking he's just going to try to cause a miscarriage the first time I'm watching this. No, he just.
I mean, this is one way to do it.
I guess.
She wouldn't hold still, okay? It's like trying to get a splinter out. You got to hold still.
Yeah. Now I'm with baby boy here. First time, I ever got a lady pregnant, and she told me. First thing I did, I ran back home.
You killed her father.
And I started doing I did some wood carvings.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I got to do a wood carving for you right now.
That's why I ran into the forest for 3 months, baby. It's because I was carving a thing that said
you wood carving.
What, hope or whatever the hell it said.
It's what it said was, live, love, laugh. It was the first one of those. And then the father knew,
this movie has a lot of firsts.
I have to kill this guy too, because that is horrible.
Because he is also from the future, and he doesn't want that to make it there.
Yeah, like that's him getting rid of that back then was almost as important as the Ripper preventing AIDS.
There's had a lot of horrible things this episode.
This has been a brutal movie and a brutal episode. This might be the end of us. I don't know.
But Horrible Opinions. It's the name.
Horrible Opinions. Daddy and boy get in a fight. Now, somehow in this fight, this little twink overpowers his bear, and I did not buy that at all.
Not a chance.
Not one chance in hell. Like, if he just had him get in some good knife blows early, sure. But he throws this man around. I'm like, that does not track.
He's tired from killing his daughter. Takes a lot out of you.
Well,
he's tuckered.
He's all tuckered out.
He didn't even touch his table bread. The whole bread's sitting there. Nobody touches it.
Oh, you can mop up a lot of things with table bread.
A lot of blood.
Oh my God, if they just fed her the blood in the bread, she'd have been happier. Baby boy starts to get a neck slash on the old man, but, old man pulls back and doesn't go that well. Then old man's like, oh yeah, I'm twice your fucking size.
He's got like 200 pounds on him.
I'm going to throw you on the floor. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run outside and be like, hey, this dude just killed my daughter. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you're important. He totally did. Like, look at his weak chin. You can believe anything he says? And weak chin boy's like, don't look at it. And then he runs away. Like, if dyed his skin yellow and his hair blue, is that Milhouse? I mean, I don't.
Does Milhouse
killed my daughter. Fuck? Oh, buddy. Yeah.
Right,
okay.
Then yeah.
Yeah. So now that jerk's got the whole town like, hey, let's go. You guys go kill this guy who killed my daughter.
I like the guy who doesn't want to ring the bell because he's like, that you're not the one who tells me to ring the bell.
You're not the boss. Like, he's like, dude, I am maybe the boss now. And if you don't want to risk me being like, you're all getting strung up, because what if I am the boss?
Ring the bell.
And he's like, ring the bell. It's like, God. He eats a taco, and then he rings the bell, and then he's like,
Taco Bell was born.
You see that border? I'm running.
I'm going.
My arms are going
for that border.
And he's like, sometimes I want to ring the bell at like midnight.
What?
Sometimes.
But sometimes you just want to go around looking for a place that's open with nuggets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
they have nuggets.
People like those nuggets. They don't. They look weird.
I haven't had them.
What?
I haven't had them either. Now look, he's running towards this border, and he's telling the people trying to rally with him. He's like, it's closer than you think. Turns out though, it really wasn't. It's really far. But you know what? You guys ever wonder how they make people juice? Because you can juice, this is people milk, like coconut milk.
I'm a people. Can you
nut milk?
Can you juice Daniel?
Yeah, you could, but we're gonna juice this boy a little bit. If it kept going, he would have been juice.
I'm on a list for juicing boys, so I can't be juicing any more boys. I'm in trouble.
You hate to hear that. We get baby boy all strapped up on this table. We got his head in his vice, his legs all strapped down. He doesn't yell freedom.
This be.
Doesn't yell freedom.
But that's the opposite.
There are
that
no
was stretchy.
bagpipes playing.
This is compression.
Where do the Welsh stand on the whole Braveheart thing? Were they with Scotland or against them? Are they in? Where is Wales? Where is that island?
You know what? We're gonna say they're also against the Empire. So I'm gonna say they're okay.
They're okay with it.
I don't know.
Empire?
Okay. Japan.
The British Empire.
Oh, or is Ryan saying the Empire like Star Wars?
I'm sorry.
Always hated them. I mean, kinda, right? Kinda. George Lucas famously hated the British rule, and then he wrote Star Wars.
And employed many fine British actors. It's very confusing.
It is very confusing. So they got this drill thingy, this hand crank drill thingy.
Oh.
And he inserts just the tip into his shaved head.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
how's that feel?
And then we crank it like Soldier Boy.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he dies.
Oh.
And then he's got a big hole in his head.
But
and then we're gonna take these tongs. We're gonna shove this little crystal in there.
I thought it was
a seed.
I think it's like a flower or something. I don't know. Either way, this is how we do it here.
Because the flower symbolizes purity. He's been purified.
And that's good for him.
Couldn't he have just eaten the flower?
Yeah, there's other ways we
That's
can
not this type of religion. There's no.
Butt.
What is that? There's no body of Christ element. No.
He could have boiled it in some water, had a tea.
This is very material.
You could fit a whole raccoon in your butthole, so he could have fit that flower in there. Like, he could have fit a few more petals on that, too.
His butthole could have become the flower petal.
100%. Now,
if you use butter.
Michael Sheen shows up and he's like, "Hey man, I'm the one who's supposed to do this kind of stuff. You don't get to do it.
I'm the one
guy
that drills
in
the
charge.
holes.
I'm the one that drills the holes." Michael Sheen's over there all stretched out on a pole again,
He's
looking
all like,
studly.
yeah, but I'm sexy.
Dan Stevens, not Mike. Yeah. He's like, I'm a beast. Like, you better hold my hands here gently, like you are. Like, I like that. And other guys like, dude, I demand justice. We took it. This guy deflowered and killed my beautiful daughter and
my robot daughter.
My robot daughter, Crushinator. And now I need you, Michael Sheen. I need you to go kill this guy. He's clearly the interloper. I need you to go kill him in front of your daughter. And daughter's over there like, Dad, that ain't like you. Even though Dan Stevens like, dude, that is like him. I mean, he killed Mr. Yeet.
I mean, they had this thing
to kill him.
ready to go. This little torture thing.
Like,
so obviously they've done this before.
Yeah, this isn't the first time they've drilled into someone's head.
Oh, you don't think they just like home improvement, like just built this up in like 10 minutes?
Unless they just now are getting to use it. They've had it and they've just been like, man, when are we going to, it's taking up space. Are we going to get to use this thing?
You think about it, maybe it had another use. Like they were like, you put a couple logs in there and it kind of drills the holes at like 45 angles to help.
Okay, but the logs have to be body shaped of a full grown man.
Yeah. Sure. No, see, that's how you hold them in place in those angles to put the drill angle, so you know they piece together properly when you build your Wicker Man.
It's Wicker Man, a movie. I think this movie is ripping off. Yeah,
I don't think it's ripping it off.
By. Now, what's his name?
Did a bad
Frank?
Job of ripping it off. Which Frank?
I don't think
Frank. Frank
comes
over with like a fucking gun. He comes over.
Frank Reynolds.
And he's like, "Hey, so you killed my son there. I don't really.
You killed Dennis.
Really like that.
Don't like that.
So I'm gonna go get a gun.
Yeah,
maybe. And I'm gonna disrupt this whole thing here. I'm gonna be shooting at people. Dan's gonna like use the distraction to shove the spear through one guy's face, snap it in half, break it over the other guy's head.
This is where this movie gets good, when we start getting action scenes.
Yeah, this guy, I think he should direct
it just took a while. Yeah, he's probably really good at directing action. Probably
really good. Now he's playing like, like Nana Boo Boo, you can't catch me, like Frank and Dan, while Michael's like limping along everywhere, and Angry Dad, I always forget his name. Angry Dad is like off being Quinn, Dr. Quinn, Angry Dad, Medicine Man.
Medicine Dad.
They're all running around. Medicine Dad. Now, Dan catches up with Frank. Frank stumbles out of the barn, and he's like, looks at Dan. He's like, burn it down. And then this is the one thing I really don't like about this movie is Baskethead. One thing, Baskethead comes walking up behind Frank after he's already wounded and just shoots Frank.
Well, I think he already shot him.
Baskethead should not have a gun.
Yeah, who gave him a shotgun?
I think he took Frank's shotgun. That was Frank's.
How did he get Frank's shotgun?
Because he's Baskethead. I don't know. And then he's standing there next to the door hiding as Baskethead walks out. Dan slides off to the side, and then Dan goes down into the convenient hole next to every house.
When he does looks away. He won't see me if I look away.
Won't see me. Every single house here has a convenient hole for Dan to slink under. It is a video game.
It's made by beavers.
Made by Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, 100%.
Not enough boxes.
And he's lifting up floorboards.
Boxes didn't
exist in 1905, Ryan.
Boxes didn't.
Jesus Christ. TVs came in bags back then.
However, infinite ammo did exist, because I don't think this gun ever gets reloaded, but it just keeps firing bullets.
Should have had 2 shots. All these guns should have had 2 shots. So Baskethead's standing there like, hey man, Frank shoots at Baskethead for some reason. I don't know why the hell he does that. And then Frank and Michael get in a little scuffle, and then Frank's like, oh yeah, I got a gun and no one else is here. I should shoot Mikey. Then I can be the king without any competition. So Quinn shoots Mikey, and Mikey hits him in the shoulder, and Mikey falls down like a random staircase. Would you believe this? He falls
down another hole.
All the fucking time. Then we cut inside, and Baskethead has a funnel, and he's just shoving blood sponges into the funnel into the lady's mouth. I don't think she's enjoying this. And while he's over there distracted doing that, Dan goes over to the killer clown pods. It's like, which one of you cotton candies has my sister in it? Like, oh, hey, my sister. Not even going to really check the other pods. I found the one I needed.
Hey, so it's me, Dan.
Gets her out, and he's like, hey, I'm going to save you. We got this. We're safe. No, I got you. It's like, oh yeah, I've freaking left Baskethead over there. He walks over here, hits me in the head with a club.
That looked like it hurt.
Dude, That looked like her real bad. It's like, why would you not just get up and go? You can reassure her later. Basket's still over there being all creeper. Well, now you're all like, oh, I got a concussion. We cut
my head hurts.
Daughter back there praying, trying to find her way out of this. And then we get back. Baskethead has Dan on some sort of mill used for grinding people into a paste. And we're stretching him out. We're going to drag him up onto it. It's got these hooks everywhere. And Dan's going to lose a few fingies.
I did appreciate
That'll happen.
But then he is able to pull his hands back after it chews through a wire or something. I don't know. And then he starts to fight. He gets somewhat free. Baskethead tries to ram his head into it. And Dan's like, no, I don't want my head turned into a jelly. I was bad enough with the fingers. I didn't like that. And then Baskethead, I think, like grabs his hammer. They try to fight. Dan whaps him onto the table. Whap. And then Dan cranks him
Not
into the mill.
one whap in this movie.
I don't know.
There's not
Mother
a
Earth
thump.
was getting
There's not a wham.
pretty whap for
There's
Dan.
not a kata.
And then, okay, Dan's up, and he walks over to Mother Earth, and she's just sitting there. She's just like,
I'm so dry.
What's up?
I just relieved myself. And you just walked over.
But it came out as dust.
Right at the wrong time. And she's like, you know what? Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Let me touch your head.
But what she says, what did she say to him? Speaking Simlish. This is when Simlish was invented.
Did you have the subtitles on?
No.
Did it show the subtitles when she spoke?
No.
He just said he didn't have it
Really?
on.
Well, I didn't. Sometimes they'll show subtitles
they?
when they're clearly speaking.
So what'd she say, Dan?
Yeah, some movies.
I just said no.
All right, hold on. Let me find the scene. It says,
Sup?
Said
what's up?
thirsty.
Sugar.
Probably not.
Water.
I mean, the two phrases probably conveyed a whole bunch of, can you believe this shit?
I don't think we're meant to know.
All right, let's see here. No, she says something.
Well,
Okay, let's
yes,
see.
but it's in a language no one speaks.
I speak it.
It's
Freaky deaky
Shaka
Dutch.
at the wall, okay?
Dan, walk faster. And maybe you needed to watch this at 1.25 speed, Ryan.
Mm.
She says, oh, how I've waited for you, my son.
That's his mother?
Oh, shit.
I guess that's all our mother. That's Mother Earth. So then she's like, I'm going to show you a flashback.
She says
Here
that?
it
She
is.
says, I'm going to show
She
you
said
a
that too,
flashback?
yeah.
Yeah, she says it. It's just like that.
Yeah,
And she's like, okay,
check it. Get comfy.
here's our three.
Check this shit
our
out.
three village.
Dry
check
out-
it,
dry
check
out
it,
with
check
me
it,
a
check
little
it, check it. Jack the Ripper prevented AIDS.
She said that?
She said that.
She said it.
So our three original OG vagrants, the village leaders, stumble onto this island because they're running from the crimes they committed, I'm sure, and they find the old crone already sitting there. And then we cut to Angry Dad has the...
But they didn't really explain how you get from finding an old woman on an island. What is the steps between that and then her being a goddess or whatever? Like, how do you get there?
Okay, so she also, like, when she
You
cuts
think
back
they
to
had
him,
just
she
asked
said,
her?
Set me free, my child. No, so later, Angry Dad, Quinn, was like, oh, he got all the praise, but I was the one who figured out that if we give her blood, shit'll grow. And I'm like, how?
How'd you figure that out?
How did
Were you
figure that
engaging in
out?
some
Also-
blood play, perhaps?
It looked like thick stuff was growing anyway.
Well, yeah, the place is already thriving, but when they gave her blood, they got it to thrive even more.
And the more
when
people
when
that you bring over, the more you're going to need it to blossom.
And so they were able, they trapped her, like they bound her, so they can control the
Nobody
harvest.
wants farm factory wood witch. They want free range wood witch. You know what I'm saying?
And things would have worked better.
Yeah.
And that's supposedly one of the messages of the movie, but I don't do that bullshit. That's not me.
I'm sorry, there's a message of this.
I don't think there's a message.
That's supposedly, like I said, I don't do it because I don't think
he
there's ever
does
a message in
messages.
anything. There's no message in
never
anything
been a
I've
message.
ever
Schindler's
watched.
List, no
Never.
message. Saving Private Ryan, none.
This is all here for my entertainment.
There's a message in Lord of the Rings.
Get good, son. That's what it is. fucking Gandalf. He sucked, and then he came back.
He sucked
because he got good.
He sucked even more when he came back. What did Gandalf ever fucking do?
He killed the Balrog.
And he had a rap battle.
You remember the Balrog?
At some point,
the
he
Balrog?
the Balrog, Ryan? Does Grandpa remember the Balrog? Yeah, I do.
Well,
I remember. I cheered in the theaters just like everybody else.
Although then again, the Balrog was just minding his own business down in the mine.
mining.
The Balrog
mining his own business.
was where the Balrog was supposed to be. You came to Balrog's house.
Balrog's
and
not
kick
actually
Balrog
supposed to-
off of his
You
bridge.
shall not pass. Bitch, I wasn't gonna. I live here. Get out.
Yeah, I'm trying to like escort you, out
To
my
the
out my
door.
back door. Okay?
Because I
You
gotta
get-
get back to this movie where Quinn is trying to tell these two girls
Balrog's
that
like,
they're gonna be my breed cows.
I've been watching The Apostle for 6 weeks and it's not over yet. You're interrupting it.
You are interrupting me. Okay, look, everyone, we got to get out of town now. All right, Quinn's in charge. That ain't good. He wants to go start breeding with the ladies to make blood vessels for the goddess. That's going to work. Said Dan's going to show up, stab him right in the upper chest below the neck. And even that doesn't quite kill him. The daughter gets, I got to be specific. The Martin daughter.
A lot of daughters.
Gets the gun and shoots the chains because her and the Dan sister are chained together. Dan's gotten some side stabs, pretty bad side stabs while they're still fighting, so he ain't doing so hot. Missing fingies, side stabs, the sister.
Ribs are supposed to stop that from happening.
You would think. Dan's about to get his throat cut, and then the sister grabs Quinn across the neck with the chain after bashing him in the head, and they start dragging him back, choking him, and Dan's like, you know what I could do while they're dragging him and choking him? I can grab this knife that's in his chest and just hold it, and we're just going to tear right through bones and stuff with this old knife. And it's just going to, disembowel. Oh my God, just cuts right down like a zipper, like a human zipper. And he's still alive. He gets up and he throws some more. He's dead now. He's fucking dead.
Well, we don't know he's dead.
He's dying. So now we're getting out of here. Somehow Dan's still walking. That's impressive. We got to get out of here. We got to get the ladies to the boat. We got to have a moment with sister here. Like, look, in all my darkest days, all my pain, I swore I'd never take you.
Oh my God.
You are my light. You will bring me to salvation. Look at my teeth. 1905, my teeth are perfect.
Well, they say this in 1905, they said this.
No. I'm dying.
Yeah.
We've just...
And Dan's looking.
Village
are you
is
looking
on
at Dan's
fire.
eyes when he's doing this, Ryan?
I'm what?
Are you looking in his eyes?
I am, and I'm
are you
going...
Because they're beautiful.
This dialogue is stupid.
He has been reborn, Ryan. He is finally back. He
wants to have
dead
sex with
this
his
whole
sister,
time.
Kenny. That's the
I'm
only
with
reason.
Ryan
Who
on
does
this.
it?
I'm with Ryan on this one.
Are you kidding? You seen the
they
way
might
he's
not
got
have
a
stuck
hold
the
of her
landing
face?
with his
He
whole
was trying to stick the
spiritual
landing in the
rebirth
hole,
here.
but she had to leave.
Both of them had
The
to
island
leave,
was on
okay?
fire.
And look, they're both like, all right, I guess I'll leave. And then Dan looks at at Martin's daughter. He's like, hey, pray for me. And she's like, well, you told me not to believe in God, dog, so I'm not going to do that. Like, you want me to send you T's and P's? Like, no. I'll start a college fund in your honor. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but do you remember...
The Dan Stevens Hottie College Fund. If you're a hottie with those beautiful eyes, you get money to go to college. No uggos.
No.
Don't even try to apply for the Dan Stevens scholarship if you're an uggo. Take your shirt off. If I can't count 8 abs, you ain't getting it. Get out of here. Dan does, okay? He's a beast of a man. The ladies, they run to the boat. It's not a real big boat. They're getting on, they're rolling out of there.
It's a little boat to get on the bigger boat.
That's a bit. There is a big boat.
Yeah.
Now, guess who's still alive? The Martin Sheen. Not Sheen.
Martin Sheen, yeah, he is. So is Charlie.
So's Charlie. The Michael Sheen. Have I been saying Martin occasionally?
I don't know.
I feel like I have.
I hope so.
I feel like I've said Martin a couple points. Michael. Michael shows up and he's like, yeah, I gotta botch this whole thing. We're gonna have to try this
I botched
again.
it. You want to start over, you and me?
It's like, I gotta go find the old Mother Earth goddess. She's probably all right? No?
This
that's
time
ashes
I'm
everywhere.
going to install her into a big old lazy boy. She's going to be more comfortable. We're going to get her a TV. She's going to be fine.
Get her a TV.
She's gotta have a
gonna love that.
PlayStation.
Dan's over there bleeding out, and the blood's hitting the ground, and life is blooming. And Martin looks over there. Michael looks over there. I know I had to have been saying Martin most of this movie at this point. There's no fucking way. Michael's over there, and he's staring at him. He's like, he's got this look in his eyes, like, that's a jackpot look. He's like, I can do this again. I'm the only one here. I can do this again. Dan lays back, and the earth starts like taking him, getting into him. His eyes are turning white. He's turning into the new Mother Nature here.
What?
And
then
I think he replaces. It's a rebirth of the Mother Earth there. Like we burned it. We're starting from anew. He is the new.
He's gonna
god
be the
of
new
that island.
he's the new island witch. And then
he's the new island.
And then
witch.
for no reason, the island has a bloody fart just right out the side.
The blood farts.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Kenny? Do you remember? Daniel remembers the blood fart.
I remember.
Daniel, am I wrong? Is it not just out of nowhere?
There's a scream and then.
Yeah, it's a traditional blood fart.
That's that Taco Bell guy from earlier.
I think that was the old one just exploding.
Sorry,
Boom. We've all been there. She has a lot of methane buildup.
The old witch was just exploding because there's a new guy now and he's in charge.
The blood fart. Yeah, right
I'm
out the
in
side
charge
of the
now.
mountain.
Mother Earth
no
has
reason.
abs now. All right. You guys want to be on my village? You guys want to worship me? Start doing some crunches. Planking. And I don't mean making boards for these houses. I mean, let's engage that core, folks. Gonna be looking good. This is no longer gonna be the island of whales. It's gonna be the island of sharks. Muscle sharks. We're gonna drink fight milk.
Ugh.
And we're gonna be good. We're gonna be great. Yeah, what a movie. That's okay. Look, it's dense. It's crazy at times, but it's fucking well shot.
It is well shot.
It is
I
well
think
shot.
we can all agree on that.
It's a mood of a movie. This was a comfort movie for me for a while. I'd put this on just to vibe out to, just the chill.
He vibes out to the weirdest shit.
I can't help it. It makes me feel good.
You know what's a vibe out movie for me? Rain of Fire.
See, that's a good movie too. Some people would disagree and they'd be wrong.
Ryan,
did you like Rain of Fire?
He jumped right into that dragon's mouth.
Yeah,
You're damn right he did. And you know what? I got no issues with it. He tried an idea. It didn't work. He's not going to get to try it.
Look, I'm not knocking him for trying something new. Yeah.
Maybe you have a lesser character try it first.
Maybe.
Or you role play with your squad mate. Okay, you pretend to be a dragon. I'm gonna jump at you. What do you do?
Like my father, I'm gonna yeet myself off of this thing with this axe.
I mean, I think I'm
And
probably
that
gonna
If I'm a dragon,
it's like, okay.
I think I just eat you, right?
or eat you,
I'm gonna treat you like a glizzy, and I'm gonna guzzle you.
or I do nothing and you just hit the ground.
Maybe you kill me.
Yeah, maybe I swerve and you just fly straight, straight to the
Is there an alternate cut where the dragon just
There
moves?
has to be. That is the best version of that scene. It's the dragon just
like
deeks him. Ugh.
Eh.
I could have let you. I could have eaten you. I could have let you hit me. That still wouldn't have done nothing. Or I could have just moved. Or the dragon just stops and just hovers there and just laughs. Just starts fucking. Everyone stops. All the dragons are laughing. All the people are what the fuck? And they're just oh my God. Okay, guys, let's go. I can't finish this fight right now. we'll get back with you guys in a week. Do that again. Oh my God. Yeah, get more people. Line them up. Do that. Oh my God. Yeah, you're all right.
Let's go.
Oh God. I love this movie. It's so fucking random when you look at the rest of the stuff he's done. Is it perfect? No. But it's fun. I like it.
I don't think it's that random. It came after this VHS segment.
Yeah, true. I'm really surprised Ryan doesn't like it at all. That's kind of interesting because it's a fairy tale.
It's very long.
It is long, but it's
not very long. The Batman is very long. This was just
the
long.
Batman is very long. It doesn't. I mean, it feels long, but
it feels long.
It doesn't. It's not one of those ones that really drags on for me. I'm interested the whole time.
So as I'm watching it, I'm like, what? Oh yeah, you had a sister. That's right. Wait, what? Oh yeah. An hour ago they found the map in your room, but I completely forgot that. Okay. Where are we? What? You want to impregnate? What? There's a wood witch?
Fine,
She's all dry and on
fine.
fire? What?
Yeah.
The mountain just blood farted? What?
It happens. Don't even worry about it.
The movie's over now? Okay.
Yeah. If you like this movie, though,
or
even if you don't,
If you like this
Dan
movie,
Stevens,
you should watch The Guest. I would
watch
recommend
anything
The
with Dan
Guest.
Stevens.
The
Guest, Abigail, Cuckoo, Godzilla, Kong, The New Empire. Okay,
I haven't seen that.
It's fun. He's fun in it. Go watch. What are the other things he's good in? Everything. That's right. I've never seen him not be good. He is never the problem with a movie, and he never will be because he's Dan Stevens.
My friend.
My friend. He's real.
It says so on my shirt.
If Daniel was gonna bone down any dude other than what's his face from
I would do Lee Pace at any time.
Lee Pace.
But Dan Stevens only in the guest.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think so.
Right,
I think so.
Wait until you see him in Godzilla Kong. You're going to like him.
Oh.
Got a real look about him.
Oh.
It's a real relaxed Dan.
It's one of my favorite Dans.
That core is engaged. Okay, Daniel likes this movie. I like this movie. Ryan hates this movie. Ryan's off the show.
Again.
Last
week, Ryan left the pod.
Ryan.
Now we're back together.
We're back together.
Oh, and now the episodes could be 30 minutes long.
Wait, why?
But we gotta go. Kenny's gotta go to work now. Well. And don't get confused. I accidentally said whelp earlier, forgetting that it was our cue to end. That wasn't the real cue to end earlier. That was just a natural whelp.
I rolled a natural
As always, I've been your horrible host, Kenny, who is really concerned that he never once called him Michael Sheen until the end of the episode. And nobody caught me.
Hey,
nobody said anything.
I'm about to go have a blood fart.
Yes. What's your name?
Dan.
Very good. I'm Ryan, and if all you're feeding your Daniel is blood, then eventually they are going to have a massive blood fart.
Exactly. Oh, quick PSA before we leave. If you have a Daniel in your life, don't let them live with you, because your house will get hit by a vehicle. Because the house he lives in now got hit by a truck last week, and this is the second house in a row. He's had a car crash into it with him in it, and it's hilarious.
It's a curse.
It's a curse. So, if you see a Daniel outside, leave him outside. He's dangerous.